My question is to the Minister for Education. How will South Australia's Keeping Safe child protection curriculum, which falls in line with the federal government's Respect Matters program, assist young people to learn about consent, contraception and pregnancy? And with your leave and that of the House, sir, I'll explain.
Leave granted. Leave's granted.
Just as well. An article on Sunday the 25th of April entitled "Schools Sex Ed Needs to Shape Up" highlights that sex education falls short in Australian schools. Online sex education provider Normal surveyed 1,000 Australians of all ages and found that schools did not teach at least half of those currently aged under 24, particularly boys, about consent, contraception or even how pregnancy works.
The Minister for Education.
I thank the member for the question. This is a very important issue, and I think that the member may or may not be aware that the Keeping Safe Child Protection curriculum is indeed not just something that has come about as a result of the Australian Government's Respect Matters body of work, which is indeed a much more recent body of work, but the Keeping Safe Child Protection curriculum has been mandatory in all government schools for quite some years now. Indeed, all Catholic schools in South Australia as well, a number of independent schools. The Northern Territory has taken up the Keeping Safe Child Protection curriculum. Certain sectors elsewhere around Australia and indeed dozens of schools internationally are also licensing from the Department for Education our Keeping Safe Child Protection curriculum. It aligns with the Australian curriculum, so when the Australian curriculum deals with matters of this nature, certainly the Keeping Safe curriculum aligns to it, but the Keeping Safe curriculum does indeed predate it in many respects, and indeed, as the years have flown on, the Keeping Safe curriculum has been updated as well. It deals directly and explicitly with consent and those natures of those materials at Year 9, Year 10 level. In the early years, indeed, going back to children as young as 3, it deals with children's bodies in a different way. It is indeed a comprehensive curriculum, one that the educators and the academics who worked on it can be rightly proud. I commend the previous government for supporting its development, and indeed this government is very proud of the work that is done. In the last couple of years, we have brought in-house in the Department of Education the training program for teachers because, of course, as I think the member referenced in her question, it's not just what's in the curriculum but also the delivery of the curriculum, and this is a matter that's been raised previously. Delivery of the curriculum requires competent and thorough training. More than 31,000 teachers have been trained in the program since its inception. But of course, we want to make sure that all of our teachers and all of our schools have the confidence to be able to deliver the curriculum effectively in the way that it was designed to be delivered. So that training is now done within the Department for Education, and I commend absolutely those public servants who have been doing that work, a couple of them, one in particular, for a number of years now, at a very, very high level, with an outstanding level of success and thoroughness in the teachers that they support. So I believe that every student in our South Australian schools should be undertaking this curriculum. That's why it's mandatory for it to be taught. We'll continue to look at ways that we can quality assure, if you like, the delivery of the program in our schools, and we're always looking for ways to enhance that. But can I say, the content of our curriculum, I have every confidence here in South Australia stacks up as well as, and I would go further, I'm very confident that it leads the nation in relation to this. And I think many other jurisdictions around the world identify that. Certainly many schools around the world have identified that work that's been done in South Australia and chosen to take it for delivery in their schools too. Now, we'll continue to work on revisions in the years to come. There are resources that have been produced by other governments and other jurisdictions that, of course, can potentially be adapted and integrated into the delivery of the program. Curriculums aren't a script, if you like, to be read out. They're something that's integrated into the learning that's done in schools. I commend all of the teachers in our South Australian schools who have been working so hard in this area for many years, and I think sometimes unheralded in some ways. The work that they're doing in this area is truly world-class, and the work of the curriculum writers and the trainers who have been supporting those teachers is equally world-class.